This will be a C-class MMA fight. 48 kilo Atomweight bouts consisting of 3 2-minute rounds. So please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Beast Martial Arts, this is Aiden the Slugger Ford.
Here we got Beast MMA, trained Aiden Ford.
First fight on the card too, where we've got competitors from a different gym.
Must be a big thrill for these young kids coming out here in front of a crowd.
Right, and you gotta love these coming out to Roy Jones.
He's got Roy Jones on, so yeah. What pick is this kid here? Roy J.
You know what, UFC 200, I was lucky enough to watch that with Chris Hazeman and Ian Jacobs. And Ian Jacobs, I think there was 10 fights on the UFC that day. Ian Jacobs picked every single winner based on their walkout.
Really?
Just on their walkout, he saw how confident they were, or the way they interacted with fans, or their coach or corner. He went 10 from 10. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Nice little all up on that.
And I tell you, I've been able to pick Chris Hazeman's mind for a couple of hours. Pretty special experience as well.
Yeah, Chris is one of the OGs.
Yeah, talking about his fights with
Fedor
Emelianenko, and it was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those surreal moments where you think, what, you should be paying a couple $100 for this
little
closed door event. It was phenomenal. Tell you what, though, have a look at the age of these kids as well. I was only saying earlier tonight that, when I was in primary school and high school, I had a bit of a mouth on me.
Yeah.
You kind of get away with it then, but now you talk and you chirp to the wrong kid and you get the kick to the head.
Yeah, I reckon it's great. I wasn't the most controlled kid when I was young, about this age here. This would have been perfect.
Yeah.
It's good for the kids to do this because they can find out what they really want to do early. They got the headgear on, all the necessary equipment on, and obviously the
Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, Aiden the Slugger Ford.
Like you, Dave, going into your first fight here. He's probably a little bit more well prepared.
All right, and his opponents, fighting out of the red corner. Please welcome to the cage from Martial Energy, Tommy the Gun Mokdassi.
Yeah, I think it was XFC 28 where we actually had some kids fights before the main event, before the main card. And there were probably a couple of things that kind of put me off junior MMA at the time. But what those things that put me off, Jason's fixed.
Yeah.
So for some reason, we didn't even think about the kids wearing headgear. Yeah. They were just wearing standard 4-ounce gloves. So Jason's fixed a lot of things. He's got them wearing shin pads, headgear, the 6-ounce gloves as well, so a lot more padding. So he's definitely invested in the protective gear.
It's getting that stage that we had the IMAF Oceania Games 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And they got a junior program as well. So that all leads up to the seniors and possibly lead into the Olympics for the MMA. So this is the start of it here.
And it's one of those things, like whether you agree with junior MMA or not, unfortunately the rest of the world is doing it.
Yeah.
So if we kind of limit the kids from actual contact sports until they're 16 or 17 or 18, by the time they're hitting that stage, everyone around us is going to be so much more advanced. So we're just going to be making it tougher and tougher for these kids. So if we can provide these opportunities in a really safe environment, there's only positives that come from it.
Yeah.
So Dave, you're only 26, but you started pretty late in your MMA career, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, I had my first fight when I just turned 18.
And you weren't training much longer before that, were you?
Not at all.
Never.
Not at all, no. No, I didn't. I just jumped straight in, had a fight, man.
And into the deep end, wasn't it, too, with Tristan Murphy?
Tristan Murphy, of all people, eh? Future, weight champion eternal, yeah. In the professional ranks.
And how did you find that first experience, mate?
I loved it, actually, yeah. I mean, I did get smashed, but, afterwards I just knew this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I pursued it ever since.
So how much do you remember from that first fight? Obviously, you're a pretty humble, placid guy. What was it that just made you flick that switch to say, you know what, I want to jump in the cage and actually have a fight?
I watched the movie Never Back Down. And just seeing the sport for the first time, like, this is pretty cool. I want to give that a shot.
Yep.
And I looked around, see if there was anywhere I could have a go at it, and yeah, I actually found Aftershock.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where I got my start down there.
I tell you what, Aftershock has actually produced a lot of fighters. You know, Ben Ewan fought on Aftershock. There's actually some really solid fighters that actually use that Aftershock platform to come through to the end.
All right, here he is, Tommy the Gun Mokdassi. Your referee for this bout is the infamous Dean Rutland.
We'll always take a few deep breaths.
So the boys have got their corners as well, but Jason's also laid out seats for family members.
Oh, we have a good double leg over.
Straight into the guillotine. Then be very hard to put a guillotine on with the headgear.
I was going to say, guillotine's an interesting option here.
He needs to sit up. Very hard.
So C-class as well, so no strikes to the head of a grounded opponent.
He needs to get up an A-frame, get up on his feet. So he's got an A-frame. He doesn't want to pull his head out. He wants to sit up and take that leverage away from the bottom, the red corner.
Depending if Tommy's squeezing pretty hard, you might want to like just sit there a bit.
His head's out now. His head's out now. So you don't want to burn your arms out. Nice get up. Here we go for a takedown. First double leg. Ignite. Here we go. Oh, very nice defense. Now the boys are warmed into it now. Here we go.
Yeah, they're getting straight into it.
Nice
head
nice
kicks.
head kick. Oh, that was a nice body kick. He went in for the takedown there. I think he's a little bit flustered.
Yeah, Tommy's
nice combinations. Nice combinations.
Tommy's really starting to build up here.
Oh,
Aiden's got to
nice
work.
shot, Tommy. Well done. There's a little bit of a... No, he didn't want... Yeah, we stuck the fight. That was a good fight.
Yeah,
Good fight.
yeah.
Here we go. Tommy coming, displayed a nice array of skills there. Good sportsmanship too there.
Yeah, tell you what, he went for the kill at the end then too, didn't he?
He did.
You can see how much it means to his corner.
Yeah. The kids put a lot of effort in it. I would have had a few of their mates get the live stream. Shout out to Tommy's mates and the guys from Marshall Energy there.
I think they made the trip up from Sydney as well, these little kids.
Yeah. We have Aiden over there. He'll learn from this. It hurts a little bit to lose, but he'll come back for it. Better.
All right, here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, your winner by referee stoppage, Tommy the Gun Mokdassi.
So we saw a couple of head kicks there. I was going to ask, in terms of puberty, for example, as the kids get older, their bodies change a little bit, their flexibility changes. Do you find that the kids can throw head kicks when they're younger, when they start getting a little bit older and their muscles start developing, those head kicks tend to fade away and all of a sudden they've got to rework that flexibility? How do you find it as a coach?
Yeah, you notice with all the adults, it's very hard to get them to all kick to the head. But you see these young kids, they just throw the leg up. And obviously their bodies are developed. We'll see what happens in the future. But it looks like they've got good solid kicks, so they'll probably keep it. And get
All right, Tommy. Congratulations, my dude. Awesome fight. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah.
You feel good? You happy with the win?
Yeah, I'm happy.
All right, so I've just been told by Beast Championship promoter and organizer Jason Ho that you have now moved in. Your next fight will be a title shot for the winner tonight of Michael Kennedy and Thomas Shellhammer for a Beast Championship bout. How do you feel about that right now?
Yeah, I feel good. I just learned jiu-jitsu for the last 6 weeks. I'm like a stand-up kickboxer, and yeah.
Oh, well, you put on an awesome show, man. Congratulations. Make some noise for Tommy the Gun Mokdassi, ladies and gentlemen.